Okay, let's go ahead and start with our radicals, our square roots, video 1B. And we're going to ahead and learn some of the terminology in this quick video lesson, and we're going to learn why. And we're going to do a few examples that we did not do in the last videos, to where if they're not perfect squares. But we're also going to do a quick review. In the square root, we have a number inside, which is called the radicand. On the outside, this little small number on the corner, it could be a 3, 4, but in this instant, we're dealing with square roots. The coefficient is squared. Okay, it's a square root. We want to think of it this way. We have a fireman out here, this square root, and then we'll have numbers inside this radical. And we're going to pretend this is a building on fire, and we want to get out as many pairs of the same number as we can. Let's think of it kind of like Noah's Ark, I guess, if you will. We want to get matching pairs out of this building, and we have to do this by factoring out the problems. And I'll give you an example. Okay, let's look here. Inside this radical, we have a radicand of 9. The coefficient's 2. We've got to find pairs. We need to multiply this out to the prime number to find the pairs. And don't forget, this is like Noah's Ark. We're trying to get the as many pairs out of this fiery burning building up here as we can. And we found one pair here of 3s. And so the answer to that one would be 3. And we will do the same thing with the rest of the problems we'll deal with. If you want to, pause the video, and then I can come back with you and check it. We need to find pairs, okay? And sometimes we can find pairs right off the bat that we can still break down. But if they are matching pairs and your coefficient is 2, that's what we're looking for. We don't have to break it down any further. We're going to pull that pair out of the burning building. So, radical 16. Get the square root of it, and it's going to be 4. One pair will equal that one pair. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. This pair will equal 4 instead of the 2, if you haven't seen this before. And then here again, we have a very simple problem. When we break it down to the primes, we run into pairs right away, so we're able to rescue these pair out of the burning building and find the answer that the square root of 25 is 5. Let's go to something a little bit more difficult. Okay, here we have 49. That's not going to be too hard, because we know we're starting to get the hang of it, that these are 2 7s. You might not even need to break that down any further. We found a pair to pull out of that burning building, and the square root of 49 equals 7. Now let's start working on something a little bit more difficult, where we start breaking down even a little bit further. And we break this 4 down. We can break this 6 down. Now, this is different from what you've seen so far. What we need to do, since we broke down to the prime numbers, we need to circle the pairs that we know of, because we need to save those out of the building. We have one set of 2s here. That means we can take that 2 out of the building. We still have to put the building because there were not pairs there. So we have to leave them there. And all we have to do is multiply these prime numbers that we have to come up with a 2 radical 6. I hope I left myself room here. I might just go ahead and erase this. All right. Let's see here. Okay, let's continue here. We're going to go ahead and we're wanting to rescue as many pairs as we can out of this building. We found out that you can have remaining numbers left in the burning building. Firstly, we need to break this down as far as we can down to its prime numbers. So we can do 4 times 8. These two numbers can break down further, and we can 2 times 2 and 2 times 4. We can still continue to break it down. 2, oops, my pen's not working good, times 2. Now, underline your prime numbers so that you know where they're at. And what we're wanting to do here at this point is circle as many pairs as we can to save out of the building, because our coefficient is, we're looking for square roots. Okay, and we managed to find 2 pairs. Those 2 pairs, let's erase that. We have 1, 2 here and 1, 2 here. So that will end up being 2 times 2. But we have 1 straggler right here that we were not able to pull out of that building. Now all we have to do is work with what we pulled out of the radical to find the answer. 2 times 2 is 4. And then there was not another number that didn't match, so we just bring the 2 down, and that is your answer. So you have the 4 radical 2. It's really not that difficult if you think about it. It's just a matter of practice. I want you to pause the video here and try this one on your own, and then I'll check it with you. Okay, we want to save as many pairs as we can out of this radical. And 4 times 11. And we can break the 4 down to 2 times 2. This is a prime, this is prime, this is prime. We broke it down as far as we can. What's left now? What's left now is what we need to do is find our pairs. And we found 1 pair of 2s. And that would go on the outside of the radical. We saved it from the burned building. And we only have 1 prime left over. And that is our answer. Okay, let's do this one. We're going to do 6 times 8. And we're going to break down the 6 to 2 times 3. And then we're going to break down our 8 to 2 times 4. Come on. There we go. And then break down 1 more to 2 times 2. If you need to, underline your your prime numbers so that you don't get lost. And let's circle our pairs. Because after all, that's what we're trying to do, is save our pairs out of this burdened building. We have 1 pair here, and then we have another pair, here, that can come out. So it would be 2 times 2. What do we have left over is a 3, so it stays inside the building. Let's erase this so we can make some room. Now we found our pairs, and we did our total breakdown of our number. Now all we have left to do is to finish out the problem. 2 times 2 is what we saved out of the building, is 4. And what we have left inside is a 3. And that is your answer. Okay, that is all I have for practice for right now. This is a fast learn. Please like or subscribe. And please, thank you for watching. And if you I'm sorry, if you'd like to learn more, I'm planning on posting more as soon as I can. This is video 1B. There's also a video 1A. And I just loaded a beginning factoring tree practice lesson.